Hey everyone, welcome to Ellis Mowers. I appreciate y'all watching the channel as always. Today we're going to work on this push mower here. It's one of the older Troy Bilts, MTD Troy Bilts. Got the bag, 6.5 horsepower Briggs and Stratton on it. It's not self-propel, it's just a push mower. Got it for free from my friend Brian just up the road. He doesn't have time to mess with them. He picks up a bunch of stuff. Fix a bunch of stuff for them and things like that, so I get a few residuals every once in a while. This is one of them, and so far I know that it doesn't start. I don't know to what extent there's an issue with. I do know that can't be that much wrong with it. It does have compression, so figured I'd let y'all go along for the ride on this one and we'll see what's going on with it. If you have any questions about this video, feel free to reach out to me, Ellis at ellismowers.com, or at ellismowers09 on Instagram and Facebook. Let's go ahead and get started on this thing. Let's do a quick walk around first. One thing I have already done, this cable was stretched out. Sometimes I can get away with doing this, but I doubled the cable back on itself and just put it in a knot and gave some lubricant, and we still got to work on it a little bit because there's a little bit of rust in there, but the cable works, so that's good. And it has compression. I've tried to start it, it won't go. Oil is a little dark, but it's full, which is good. It has gas in it. I think you put gas in it to try and start it. And then we'll check the air filter. There's one other concern that I want to show y'all here while we're at it. Could just be a bad air filter, could it? Now, that air filter is pretty nasty, so is it possible that it could just be that? No, it's not. There's a ton of varnish in the carb, so we know what we got to do here, because it's not even trying to prime. So we got a carb clean or a carb swap to do here. Done 1,000 of these things at this point. Rolls pretty good. The wheels aren't too wore out. This model usually has wore out wheels pretty bad, so got the bag with it. Bag's in decent shape. The issue that I'm seeing here, you see that little gap chunk taken out of the blade there? So I don't know if this has got an issue with like I don't know. It's got an issue when it comes to the blade or the crankshaft being bent. I hope it's not a crankshaft, but I can't imagine that it would be a crankshaft just because of how decent the mower looks. The blade's not bent, so we might just have to cut that plastic chunk out of it. It's a push mower, y'all. I know that's a kind of a redneck way to do it, but it's an $80 to $100 push mower. So to get it functioning properly, to get it functioning again, is what we might have to do to that. So while we're here, let's do this. Let's put some starting fluid in this and see if we can get it to kick over. Good. So hopefully it's just a standard carb deal on this. We'll see. I'll get it on the lift table and we'll start tearing the carb apart, see what we end up with. Alright, let's get started with this. Fairly easy to take these off, it's not too bad. You can take off this engine cover just for easier access. Don't have to though. You have three, well you're supposed to have three 5/16 inch bolts, or screws, mini bolts. This one only has two. At least it has the two most important ones. That takes this off. Fuel line check. Fuel line may be okay. We'll see. Couple of pliers here. Gonna take off the clamp. Pinch the fuel line. To give it a little bit more than that. Hope this lighting is better than it used to be. I'm I've overhauled the garage. I will have a video on that at the end of 2022 if y'all are interested in everything that I did to overhaul the garage. Gas in there looks fresh, so I think my friend tried to put some in there just to see if it would start, and then just gave it to me when he realized that it didn't, because it's not worth his time. He makes a lot more money doing landscaping and odd jobs and fixing mowers. So. But literally, it's just the 2 3/8 bolts, and you take this off, and you're done. So you can see we have a little bit of varnish in there. Nothing too bad, from what I can tell. We're going to see if we can clean this thing up, though. A little sticky on the throttle lever. Gasket looks pretty good. So let me see what we can do here. I will get a workbench set up here, and we'll clean the carb. Alright guys, so it's carb time now. Let's take a 1/2 inch off here. You can just see you got that, and then you have a pretty bad jet screw there. Let's see how bad it is in here. It's really not that bad actually. So we got that. Gasket stayed on, that's awesome. Float, maybe a little bit of a chore to get out. Got a little bit of junk in there. I might get my ultrasonic out and just pop it in there for a little while and just let it go to town, and that'll probably clean it up pretty good actually. So that's what I'm going to do. Let me see if I can get that off there. So we've got a little bit of junk in the bowl. We'll see how easy it is. That stuff's easy to clean out, ain't it? That jet screw is rough though. I'll be able to get by without not having to use the ultrasonic. Stuff's kind of coming off fairly easily. Grab a little bit of a wire brush here. We'll just scrape some of this stuff off. I'll grab the wrong one, but this will still work. And just by doing that, most of it's gone. I'll grab some carb cleaner and a couple of other tools, and I'm just going to keep going to town on this. One thing I could do real quick is see if I can poke a hole through the main jet here. With this, oh yeah, this ain't really that bad at all actually. Looked a little worse on the outside than it did on the inside. But run a little wire through there. We've already basically cleaned that jet. Run a wire through here. I don't know if you can see that it's through there now. So might just be able to get by without having to do that. And a wire right there, a lot of times that jet right there gets clogged up, and it's fairly clear as well. So I'm just going to throw a little carb spray on this, take this locking pin out, wire brush this around here. The top of it doesn't look bad at all. So I think if I did that, pop some, we know the needle and seat was holding because there was gas in it. Pop everything back on, and I'll show you the product before I put everything back on. And should be done here in a couple minutes. Alright, so we're looking much better now. The little wire brush action got most of that off. And inside there, clean the bowl, clean the jet, wherever that is. Misplaced the jet, but whatever. either way, it's done. So let's put the float back on. Little dowel. It's funny how you can just, well, gotta put the needle back in first. It's funny how you can just lose things and you haven't even like stepped away or anything. It's kind of crazy. Needle, float, pin, clean this off as well. That is so funny. Funny thing is, I literally have cleaned my, just got through cleaning my shop, and I don't know what to do with it. I'll put the jet on with this gasket right here, and we will be done here very shortly. I will put it back on the mower. Y'all saw how I took it off, and we'll see if it runs after that. And oh, by the way, for those looking for the jet, it's right in front of my eyes. So there it is. I share stuff like this on the channel because if you work on small engines, y'all know y'all have these moments as well. So we'll get this thing back on. Put it back on the mower. Just make sure you have a good seal on your gasket here on the top between the air filter backing plate and the carburetor so that the air primer works good. And you should be good to go. Well, we got it out here. A lot of good signs so far. I added a third screw that was missing right there. If you can see in there, you can see that that is priming, which is awesome. Let me grab a clip so that I can do a little walk around if this starts. I'm pretty sure it will. It's just a matter of how well will it run. Not too bad for a 5-minute carb clean. Probably run a little better when I put an air filter on it too. Cool. I'll go ahead and get everything serviced. I'll join you after I wash it up and everything, and we'll send this off. I do need to free up the deck height adjusters as well. Just a little bit of lube and rubber mallet or a gentle tap of the hammer usually frees them up. So let me take care of those small items, service the mower, wash it, and give you all a final look. Well, here it is cleaned up. It turned out really nice. This is actually in really good shape for it to be as old as it is. According to the serial number, and I've done this channel almost 6 years and never put forth the effort to figure out how to decipher an MTD push mower or MTD product at all. But I learned it finally. Some of you are like, thank goodness. So the second, third, fourth, and fifth, or excuse me, the second, third, fourth, and fifth character in the serial number will determine when it was made. Second is C, which means it was made in March. First, 01. 5 indicates the year. And just knowing by how MTD products are, this is 2005, because the 2015 wouldn't have the flat head, it'd have the overhead valve, and it'd have a different type deck on it that has more plastic on it. So that is going on. So it's the 2005. And the engine's an 04. So it was a late 04 engine, early 05 frame. Let me show you that it runs and everything, and we'll put it in storage and wait for the spring whenever we need to sell it, or whenever we can sell it. So you can see it runs great. Put a little bit of seafoam in it just to clear out the jets even better, and after a couple minutes it started running better. It stopped surging altogether, so I'll take it. Let's wrap this video up. Alright guys, that is it for this video. Again, just a quick carb clean on this Troy Bilt, which is awesome. I like the ones that are like this. Carb clean and a service. So it'll be sent off to a new owner. Either we'll see, you know, it's got a bag on it. Maybe we can get it sold this fall. If I just get a bunch of low ballers and stuff, I'll just wait till the spring to sell it. It'll sell quick then. But yeah, fairly easy. Nothing crazy, nothing that y'all haven't seen on the channel. I just figured, hey, I have a push mower in here. You never know what might happen when it doesn't run. Don't film a lot of push mowers anymore, so because I don't really have a lot, and figure this would be a nice one to showcase how easy it is to get back running again. And really, that carb wasn't that bad. It just been sitting up just long enough. Mower's in fairly decent shape for its age, especially the bag. Overall, it's really good. It should have a lot of life left in it. So thank y'all again for watching. Hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me, Ellis at ellismowers.com, or at ellismowers09 on Instagram and Facebook. I'll catch y'all on the next repair. Take care.